I'm out. 3 long months of being in YouTube exile. 3 months. And they finally gave me my channel back this morning. I actually got up at 4 this morning and I was like, oh, I gotta check and see if I got remonetized. Because yesterday I reapplied for monetization after the 3 months. And lo and behold, I am monetized again. We are back. It now makes sense to post YouTube videos on the YouTube platform. Well, we'll see. We'll see how the algorithm treats me. So far, being back, the algorithm's treating me okay today. We'll see what tomorrow brings, because now it's an everyday thing again. So thank you guys for being back. Thank you for watching the 2 videos I've already put out already. Pranakasha Productions, thank you so much for that super chat, the first super chat of our first live stream back on a monetized channel. 3 months was hard. It's still hard because I got monetized now, and now I have to get a bunch of views in February so that I can get paid at the end of March. So it's more than 3 months really what happens. And also that whole month of October, I got demonetized I think on Halloween Day, but I did all my work on October, got a bunch of revenue because I did good work, and they said nope, that was all for nothing, you're demonetized, you don't get that money. Who knows? Maybe they'll still pay me at the end of next month. Fingers crossed, but if not, we got to make it work. Mateo, thank you so much for that super duper chat. Here's the second. Congratulations and welcome back. Thank you so much, Mateo, and thank you so much, Pranakasha Productions. It is good to be back, and I see there's a new feature. When someone super chats, I can actually heart that super chat. Isn't that nice? YouTube making things social for us. Oh, this is tough. I've been doing not Uber Eats. Seriously, that's a waste of time in most markets. There are a few markets where it's worth it doing Uber Eats, but in my market, there's no point. There's no point. Hey, we got a little bit of a Clyde in there for a second. Almost a full notification on the screen there. Isn't that nice? But you guys, I've been doing the ride share. I still plan on doing ride share to bring in extra revenue, because you can't make a full living, this channel at least, a full living on just doing YouTube videos. You gotta have a couple of gigs going on. So my goal going forward is to do the YouTubes, do the Uber ride share, which I actually enjoy. It doesn't make that much money, but I do enjoy it, and I have full freedom to go and work, and I can come back and make a video without having to say, oh, I can't come in today. Actually, I didn't come in today when it comes to Uber, because on Sunday night, I started not feeling too good. And I went to bed not feeling too good, not bad, but just I knew something was up. And then I woke up in the middle of the night, freezing. I had a high fever and the horrible chills. And I was just trying to get up and use the restroom in the middle of the night, and I could barely get there because I was shaking so much. I could barely walk because my legs were shaking. That's how bad it was. And then, and so yesterday I also didn't work because I definitely wasn't feeling good yesterday. And then I got that chills scenario happen to me once yesterday as well. Today I can tell I have a little bit of a fever, but I haven't gotten the chills. It's a little chilly, it feels like, even though it's not cold in the house. But I got a fever. I got a fever that only the Orville can solve, you guys. Can cure it. Don Ranger Power. Hello, JP and all. Hope everyone is well. I saw your recent video. Amazing. I'm so ready for season 4 of the Orville and beyond. I still have another video to put out. I'll do that tomorrow. I can't put out like 2 videos and a live stream today. That's enough. Not enough for me. I can keep going. But YouTube, you know, they don't want you putting out too many videos at a time. So I'll do it tomorrow and in the following days. There's a lot of catching up to do. I haven't put out legit videos in months. One or two here or there, a couple of live shows, but actual putting out videos. And I have to figure out what to do going forward. I think it's time to pivot. Not pivot from the Orville, of course. We're always talking the Orville. But I think I have to, excuse me, my throat is, I'm not feeling good. I feel good that I'm monetized again, but I'm not feeling good physically. So we'll see how long this live stream lasts. It'll last as long as my voice, and I can already tell things are going on. Mark Lawrence, thank you for that super chat. The exile is over. I'm going to cough every once in a while, you guys. I got to cough every once in a while. Let me go ahead and like that. Bear with me, you guys. Oh, look. Mark Lawrence his name is highlighted in green. Thanks for signing back up to join the channel. Brian Dawkins, I would like to be a channel member again. Do it. Then you get highlighted. We love being highlighted. Excuse me, you guys. You know what? I have a mute button. When I cough, I'm going to use the mute button. Pranakasha says, talking to Mark, I've been 3D printing a bunch of stuff for Space Command. All right. Mark Zikri, you guys. He's the commander of Space Command. And I know we got a lot of Space Command coming. We got more Axanar coming. The last day of filming is next month. I've already been booked a ticket to fly out to the final day of shooting for Axanar so I can help out. I'm going to be doing some behind the scenes filming while I'm there. And then I'm also going to be interviewing the cast of Axanar. And they got some great people in the cast. You're going to be happy. I can't divulge anything. That's for Axanar to tell you guys about. But they got some great people in the cast. I'll be hanging out with them and do some EGOTASTIC FUNTIME stuff, but also some Axanar stuff. It's going to be great.
Hooray for you! Hooray!
Aaron, man, we never left. Glad you have got yourself monetized again. It hurt. It really, really hurt. I have not been getting by these last 3 months at all. There is so much stuff I do not have paid because of YouTube. Well, thanks to me not being rich, I guess. I'm not Mr. Beast. No, this final shoot is not in LA for Axanar. It's at their usual studio. It's good. Hey, JP, had no idea you were involved with Axanar. Despite all the drama, the content was always great. Yeah, Axanar's great, and they got new episodes coming out. I think 2 episodes. Don't quote me on that. Well, I'm pretty sure it's 2 episodes. Thank you, Jeff B, for that super chat. Hope you feel better ASAP. And we all get Moorville. Well, I will be putting a video out where I talk about the fact that Seth MacFarlane said, excuse me, he said, when asked on a podcast the other day about the Orville Season 4, he responded quickly with, we're working on it. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So I'm putting a video out where I'm talking about that. And I think going forward, not 100%, but at least 75% of the time, I'm going to be doing more scaled back videos where I'm just talking. I'll just be a desk jockey talking about the Orville, talking about theories, talking about entertainment news, because that stuff interests me. I'm probably not going to go around reviewing a bunch of stuff, but talking about what's going on in the industry is interesting to me. But, reviewing stuff, we'll do that during the live shows, which I have not figured out the exact schedule yet, but for the very first time ever, I'm going to have a streaming schedule. I've never done it. I've never wanted to do it. It's hard to have a schedule when you got people always needing something. And, oh, can you come pick me up? Can you take me to the doctors? Things like that. Gosh, what was I just talking about? Having a live streaming schedule. I'm trying to figure out when that's going to be. Maybe Thursdays at the same time. 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time works for my schedule as far as people coming home and things like that, and responsibilities as a family man. I can do an hour or 2 hour long stream. We can do that on Thursdays. If you guys think that's a good day, you can let me know. Mateo, thank you again for a super chat. Excuse me. I'm dying. Very much appreciate it. Mateo says, got to roll, but here's another as I'm heading out. Very much appreciated. Very much a help. Yes, Jonathan Perez, I am monetized again as of this morning. And being monetized again doesn't mean, oh, your channel's monetized. You got to go in and click on all kinds of settings, and you got to set stuff up. I want to thank those of you who have, just since this morning, signed up to join the channel. Now, I was worried about having memberships to the channel, but then I was like, well, this is an opportunity to revamp it all. So I used to have different tiers, like $5.99, $9.99, $19.99, $49.99, something like that. And I said, let's get rid of all of that. Just have one tier, and that way you get emojis, you get badges, you get your name highlighted in green in the chats of not only live shows, but also when you make comments on videos. And then who knows what else we'll be able to come up with as time goes on. Thank you. Yeah, I'm going to... here's another thing. You say... Well, actually, I could do that, Pranakasha. Pranakasha says, give that man some fresh ginger tea with honey and lemon. I could do that. I actually have not eaten a single thing since Sunday. And here we are on Tuesday. So I almost ate something today because I was a little bit hungry. Then I was like, no, let's go another day without eating. I got to get this belly off. And the fact that I'm not hungry right now is the perfect thing to happen to me while I'm trying to... I've been thinking about doing a fasting run again for a while now. And I haven't been able to do it because food is good. It's tasty to your taste buds. But I wasn't hungry, so I didn't eat yesterday. And I was like, okay. And then today I was like, oh, I'm kind of hungry. And it's like, no, just forget it. Don't eat anything today either. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow I'll eat a salad. Danny Hughes, sorry I'm late. What wrong? The only thing wrong is I'm not feeling well. I have a fever and a messed up throat. Oh, well, hold on. I'm going to cough. You guys get to see me suffer through this. But nothing's wrong. I was remonetized today. 3 months ago today, I was demonetized. Life has been really tough for those 3 months. And now I am monetized again. YouTube saw it fit for me to have a working channel once again. Movie Mouse says, eat something. No, I'm good. Nothing. I don't need anything. Don't forget your AG1. Dude, don't not eat. Change your diet. Well, I'm not going to eat for a couple days, Duncan, and then I'm going to, when I come back to eating, I'll be doing it. Not that I don't eat that terribly anyway, But I'll come back with eating even better than I did before. Maybe just do salads for dinner and then that's it. But a year or two ago, I went without eating for 5 days. I don't want to say a week because that's 7 days. I broke down on day 5 and after day 5 and ate something, and that was great. I loved it. Not eating makes you feel so good. And I was like, well, I have a fever, and they say starve a fever, feed a cold. So I'm starving that fever, and except for the couple times where I really had the chills for a few minutes, it's going pretty good. You've heard me cough a little bit. I don't have that bad of a cough. It's just all the talking makes me cough a little bit more. Jeff B says, are you familiar with Axed? We are, JP. I'm not. I don't know what that is. Axed, we are. Try eating only ketchup. I've done it as a teen. Oh, I can do better than that. I can eat nothing. Nothing at all. I've proven that I'm able to do it. It's just doing it. And I remember last time that I was fasting for 5 days, you forget not to eat. You're just like, living my life, feeling great. Oh, here's some nuts or something, blah, 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 blah. And you have to remember not to eat it. Flavored water is good. You know what? I have, well, right now I'm not doing flavored water. I mean, I love bubbly water, LaCroix, all those bubbly waters. Love them. But now I'm using my Soda Stream again, where I can carbonate my own water, save some money. So I have carbonated water, but it's just water. There's no flavor to it at all. But that's okay. What's up, Galactic Center? Not eating equals not healthy. Oh, I've done a lot of research. Not eating is very healthy if you know what you're doing. You got to take your vitamins, though. Got to take your vitamins. You got to have a little bit of salt. Add a little bit of salt to your water. Just a little bit, a little pinch. Give you the electrolytes your body needs. You just can't not eat forever. I mean, I probably could not eat for a couple months and be okay, but I don't want to do that. I just want to not eat for a couple days so that I can start a new diet and be grateful for whatever that diet is. LaCroix. I used to call it LaCroix because I thought it was pronounced the French way, but I looked up the company and they pronounce it LaCroix after the city of LaCroix in whatever state in America that city is in. Duncan Southern, I'm a chef, dude. Or are you a chef, dude? Eat food you like in moderation for F's sake. I agree. It's the moderation that I've always had problems with. But I'm able to do it if I get a jump start not eating for a couple days. Your body starts to heal faster. You sleep better. You feel better. Do that for a couple days and then, eat healthy. Mark R. Largent does a spoof fan film of Axonar. Check it out, JP. Oh, yeah, I didn't know that. Oh, Brian, Nicola is just on a tear lately. And by being on a tear, I mean she's just sitting where I don't want her sitting. She was sitting for a week. She was just sitting in the bathroom on the countertop by the sink. Don't know why. She spent a week in the bathtub before that, and then she spent a week on the countertop getting hair on everything. So I started closing the bathroom door so she wouldn't go in there. So what does she do? She starts sitting on the kitchen sink. And you definitely don't want cat hair on the countertops in the kitchen. So now I'm trying to figure out what to do about her. She's so damn cute doing it, though. But it's annoying. So Jessica and I, we tried putting foil. We crumpled up foil and put it all over the countertops. She don't care. She just sat down right on top of it. She's so furry, she probably doesn't even feel it. So that didn't work out. the company pronounces LaCroix wrong. They might. Greetings from Croatia. What's up, Alexander? I'm glad to be tuned in from Croatia right now. Also, I saw we have Canada, upstate New York, Hawaii, a couple of other places, but I can't remember them right now. Planet Salea, hopefully. Try eating only ketchup. You know, a guy I used to know, he was old back in the day. Well, he's probably even older now if he's still alive. He says they used to, when he was young, they would go to a restaurant or whatever, Denny's, something like that. They'd order hot water, and then they used ketchup packets and mix it with the hot water, and they'd make what's called hippie soup. It's like tomato soup, but it's just ketchup and hot water. Don't think I'd be down for that. No, but it's on my list, Brian Dawkins. Have you started watching Hello Tomorrow? No, but it's very next on the list. Right now, last night, I started watching Platonic with Rose Byrne and Seth Rogen. Liking that so far. It's funny. Easy to watch. It's like 10 episodes, and they're all about half hour each. So that'll be easy to get through that. But then we're starting, probably this weekend, we'll start Hello Tomorrow. Or maybe in a couple days. I forget, it's only Tuesday. We still got a lot of week left. Chattanooga. Are you in Chattanooga, Andrew? Good day from Australia, says Daniel Collins. You doing good, JP? I'm doing good now. I mean, I'm a little under the weather, but this channel is remonetized. I can start getting back to putting up videos and doing more live streams. Also, we need to figure out what day of the week should I do live streams, because I want to come up with a schedule. Duncan Southern says, by the way, coming from sunny Cyprus in Greece, right? Pranakasha says, I'm finally watching season 6 of Young Sheldon. You know, I really enjoyed Young Sheldon. I don't know if I've seen their latest season. I think, you know, they did whatever, season 4 or 5 or whatever. And then they went off the air because it's that time of year where they're done with episodes. And then it's like, I just didn't think about it anymore. So when they came out with the new one, I haven't started watching it yet. Chattanooga, Tennessee. Thomas Landry, do you like Dolly Parton? Yeah, I do. She guest starred on the Orville in season 3. That was a great season, but also that was a great episode. Which episode was she in? Midnight Blue, I think. I think she was in Midnight Blue. And I know that Midnight Blue was Seth's favorite episode of season 3. Thursday's a good day as it was Orville Day. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking because Thursdays were Orville days. And even the new TED series premiered on Thursday. I think Seth MacFarlane likes Thursdays. I'm thinking that's the day. That'd be the perfect day because we're going to be talking the Orville a lot on the live streams. Thank you so much, Kroom. Welcome back to monetization, JP. Man, I wish I felt better, you guys. Pranakash Production says 5 seasons of Young Sheldon are on Netflix, but I had to buy the DVD on eBay to get season 6. See, that's the other thing too. Content with these streaming services is so spread out. Something was just coming to Netflix. Star Trek, I think a bunch of Star Trek I saw was announced it's coming to Netflix. I'm like, Star Trek is only supposed to be on Paramount, but Star Trek is on all kinds of other streaming services, you guys. And I'll see some things, I'll watch something on on a streaming service, and then I go back to watch more, and it's gone because it's already been moved to another streaming service. They're messing with us, you guys. They are messing with us.
Hooray!
They're like,
Hooray for you!
just pay for our streaming services, and sometimes you'll get content, and sometimes you won't. I put out a video, a week or two ago about I'm done with Star Wars, meaning I'm done with these franchises that have been around since I was a kid, and they're still trying to make stuff today. And it's all these streaming services. They all got these big blockbuster superhero things, and I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm not watching all these other great movies that have been coming out because I'm always distracted by the big superhero or famous IP that's coming out. Then I got a free trial of Apple Plus, and everything has changed. I could not believe it. Apple Plus has so many shows and movies that I want to watch. Things I've never heard of before. They weren't around when I was a kid. It's new stuff, new properties. And it all looks great. It's filmed a little bit fancier, better cinematography, a lot of Billy Crudup. He's in a lot of Apple shows. He's also going to be in Hello Tomorrow when I start watching that, but I like the guy, so that's fine. I'm back to watching stuff. I lost interest in watching stuff because everything was a big to-do. And I'm like, I just want some human emotions, some great little stories and characters and stuff I've never heard of before. It's on Apple Plus. I watched Severance. That won me right off the bat. That show was so damn good. And they're coming out with a season 2 eventually. But the show was so damn good and so different, and the cinematography was so great, and the subject matter was so great that I'm back to watching stuff. Now I'm excited to watch things again. But I decided that for 1 year, I'm going to stay away from all superhero stuff. All IPs that were around when I was a kid, I'm not going to watch for 1 year, except for the new Ghostbusters movie, because I don't consider Ghostbusters to be some big, huge franchise. Afterlife, the previous movie was really good, and this new one, Frozen Empire, looks amazing, so I will be watching the Ghostbusters movie. And if they come out with another season of Peacemaker within the year, I'll watch that as well. But everything else, no. I might watch Deadpool. Deadpool wasn't around when I was a kid, even though Marvel was making a ton of stuff. Duncan Southern, Yo JP. Apart from the obvious, what's your favorite sci-fi show / books? This message goes out to all y'all. God, the Orville is the best, but I guess my favorite sci-fi show of all time is The Twilight Zone. I could still watch The Twilight Zone today. No one will watch it with me. Ew, black and white, gross. I don't care. I love it. Books. You know what? I read a really great book long time ago called Orion by Ben Bova. I think it was a whole series. I just read the first one. About one guy's traveling forward in time. His enemy is traveling back in time, and they fight each other. And every timeline they catch each other in. But the thing is the enemy knows what happened in the previous fight, and Orion knows what happened. Well, also knew what happened in the previous fight on his end. So neither of them knew if the next fight was going to be the last one or if this one was the last one. It was great. I think it went on to have a couple more books, but I never read them. I used to be a big Stephen King guy back in the day. Kroom says, get the physical media while you can. Still hope for the Orville Season 3. Yeah, right? I'm actually shocked that the Orville hasn't come out with a Season 3 DVD, let alone a full, all 3 seasons Blu-ray. Mark Lawrence says The Twilight Zone and The Night Gallery. I watched a little bit of The Night Gallery because it was so close to The Twilight Zone. But I couldn't get away from The Twilight Zone. I love it so much. Oh, The Expanse I really liked. I didn't watch the final season of The Expanse. I started not enjoying it as much, but I really enjoyed that first season of The Expanse that they had on Amazon when Bezos took over. I love that they were on a planet. They had stuff going on a planet. They weren't flying around the whole time. You actually get to see, see them deal with having to be on a planet. It was pretty great. Movie Mouse says, among my favorite sci-fi series, besides The Orville, would be Star Trek Voyager, love it, and Doctor Who, love it. Just watching the Tom Baker ones now that I'm awaiting for NCUTI, Nikuti in them. Oh, Nikuti. Oh, the new guy. That must be the new guy. I watched the new guy in his special that he had during the holidays. I enjoyed the episode quite a bit. I just wasn't. I think it's going into the whole IPs that were around when I was a kid, still making stuff, and I was like, I don't want to watch anymore. Maybe down the road, after 1 year. Oh yeah, Outer Limits. I watched a little bit of Outer Limits too. They have the whole do not adjust your TV set type of intro. Resident Alien is great. I need to get caught up on that. There is official Orville merch. You can go on Hulu.com. They got all kinds on there, and it's official. I mean, it's going to be shirts and shot glasses and beanies and stuff like that. No good toys. No good action figures as of yet. I want a Todd MacFarlane action figure of the Orville, and I want Funko Pops. That's all I want when it comes to toys. But also, Master Replicas has a lot of the ships now. They just dropped a bunch of Kalon ships. It's not official, but I think they got the licensing for it, so it's somewhat official. It looks official, I'll tell you that. Shooty. Oh, you pronounce NCUTI as Shooty. Thanks for letting me know. I'm going to try to remember that. I didn't know NC made a sh sound. Yeah, I liked the new guy. I liked the story that was being told as well. I liked the adventure that we were on in his episode. But I really liked the David Tennant specials. And I love that they're basically 3 separate episodes that didn't have much to do with each other. So I really felt like I was watching a new season of David Tennant, Doctor Who. Oh, nice. Archmage says, I want a 90s era Orville Bridge playset. And maybe they can give you or give us some green slime and we can pretend it's Yaphet. Thanks, Woody. How's it going? Best sci-fi book I've read recently is by Robert Evans. I haven't read a sci-fi book in a very long time. And I don't even know if you would consider this science fiction, though I guess you kind of could, in more of the dark, scary monster type vibe. I Am Legend. The movie that Fresh Prince did a bunch of years ago. The book is great. Any news on season 4? Yes, Seth MacFarlane says it's not canceled and they're working on it, which is way better than nothing at all. He says it's not dead, it's not canceled, it's with us. And he also said we're working on it. And when he says we're working on it, doesn't mean they're working on season 4. They're working on bringing back season 4. Bringing the Orville back for season 4. Pranakasha says, I have some green slime, but I have to use it as egolithium gel. Egolithium. Oh, Tom Baker, Doctor Who Tom Baker, has recently turned 90. Congratulations to him. That's not an easy feat, making it to 90. The Beaumont resident says, JP, what caused you to be demonetized? I'm sorry, I totally missed that happening to you. Glad you're back, and best for 2024. 2024 can be best now that I'm remonetized. Even though I'm spitting all over the place. And not in a cool rap way. I got demonetized because I spent a lot of last year figuring out the whole shorts thing that YouTube wanted us all to do, and I figured out the shorts. I figured them out, but I was putting them up on this channel, and they were doing very, very well. Millions of views on the shorts on this channel. And then I put out a regular Orville video for episode 4, season 3, and Gently Falling Rain. I did a legit review of that, and trivia, and a normal video, and it got a lot of clicks, but everyone was only watching for about 30 seconds, and I'm like, that's weird, because usually my videos get at least 50% views, 50% engagement. And I'm like, 30 seconds? Well, that's where I'm like, oh, it's the shorts. I've built up a huge audience that are here for shorts, for 30-second videos. They don't have an attention span for a full, long video. So I was like, okay, I figured it out. Shorts are great. I will tell you right now, shorts are great, but don't mix shorts with your long-form video channel, because the audience is not the same. So I started moving all of my shorts videos over to a non-monetized channel. I'm like, okay, I'm going to move them all over, and then I'm going to erase them. I'm going to delete them from this channel. While I was doing that, the YouTube algorithm said, oh, you got the same content on 2 different channels. Reuse content. And they demonetized me. So that's what it was. So I was in timeout for 3 months, and now I'm back. Despite YouTube treachery. The treacherous YouTube saying, you're done, buddy. Get out of here. Well, I did get out of here, and now I'm back. I had to wait my 3 months. Movie Mouse says, I had to rent a mailbox to get Hulu official Orville merch sent up here. It cost a lot, so I hope that Hulu changes their shipping policy. And just saw a Tim Hortons ad on here. Hey, all right, I got ads playing and everything on EGOTASTIC FUNTIME. That's crazy. What about the Dune movie? Are you excited for it? I've never been that much into Dune. I have been wanting to see the new Dune movies. I have not, because I grew up watching the original Dune movie. But they look really good, and I hear they're really good. So it is on my list, because it doesn't quite count as 1 year away from IPs, because they came up with one thing. It's more of a remake as opposed to just, pounding, something into the ground. Wow, JP, you can literally make a handbook of do's and don'ts for short form and long form YouTuber experience. Yeah, I very much understand the short form. I figured out you got to make them short. I like to do 30 seconds. The algorithm likes 30-second videos. You can put a 29-second video, and the YouTube considers it a 30-second video. So they will promote 30-second videos a lot more than other length videos. And then you got to re-edit them so that the person's face is always in line. Because if you just take a regular video and then you put the vertical frame on it, you can't see anything. So things have to be re-edited. So I re-edit the video so that the people you're supposed to be looking at are their faces in frame. I also re-edit scenes, so I take a lot out and condense everything, so you just get the joke. You watch the video, you get the joke, boom, move on to the next video. So I re-edit a lot. So the exact scene that you see in one of my shorts isn't exactly the same scene. And the YouTube algorithm likes that as well. If you re-edit stuff, the algorithm likes it. They're like, yeah, you can pretty much make a video with anybody's content in it, as long as you re-edit it. Speaking of Mac's lawsuit with Paramount Plus, I don't know what. I'm actually, that's another topic that I want to make a video about this week. Mac's suing Paramount Plus for basically stealing South Park. South Park is on Paramount Plus, but Mac says it's not supposed to be, that they had a contract. But then all of a sudden it's on Paramount Plus without their knowledge. So they're suing Paramount Plus. Another video I want to talk about this week. New videos are going to be... The new EGOTASTIC FUNTIME is going to be a lot about starting conversations for people to engage in. They're actually... Netflix is making the sequel series to USS Callister. That really great Star Trek-esque episode they did of Black Mirror. We heard back then that they wanted to do a series of it, and they're actually doing it. It's not a big long series, it's 3 episodes, but I bet you if it does well, they'll make more. We'll see. Mark Lawrence, Information Technology, figured I'd add my work account onto your subscriber pile. Getting ads here too. All right, ads. That means I'm a YouTuber. I'm an official YouTuber. Yay. Andrew says, I read Paramount Plus wants to make South Park a Paramount Plus original in 2025. Well, it'll always be a Comedy Central original, in my opinion. But I know what you're talking about. Yeah, and Max, I read the story a couple months ago, so I'm fuzzy on the details. But I know that Max is suing them. They're saying, no, South Park is supposed to be ours. But, you know, people pay money for stuff and things go away. Brian Dawkins says, I like The Artful Dodger on Hulu. Yeah, I like stuff on Hulu. You know what I've been watching on Hulu? You know what I go to Hulu for? I very rarely watch regular shows on Hulu anymore. Excuse me, hold on. I watch their little one-offs. A documentary here or there. There's a new show, a new game show called The Floor with Rob Lowe as the host. And I was like, oh, God, one of these shows. And then I watched it, and I like it. It's not what I thought it was. It's actually a really good strategy game, kind of like Risk meets Jeopardy. And I highly recommend it. It's just a dumb game show, but it's fun, and they got a lot of trivia in it, and I like trivia. I'm a Jeopardy guy. I'm always watching Jeopardy. If there's a new episode of Jeopardy, I'm gonna watch it. This could be the first time in history such a thing has happened, says Archmage says they have 2 separate contracts: the normal show on Comedy Central, and then streaming only specials that aren't part of whatever airs on Comedy Central. And you'll notice South Park almost only does specials anymore. They don't have any seasons. They have like hour-long little South Park movies. And I enjoyed the specials. John Smith says, I don't know if you're caught up on these or not, but Bad Boys 4 might be the last thing due to a significant death in 3. I don't think I've ever seen... I must have seen the first one when it first came out because it was a big deal. I think I only saw the first Bad Boys movie. Nothing against it. Nothing against the Bad Boys movies. But didn't Bad Boys, wasn't that done by Michael Bay? I think I only watched the first one because I didn't know that I didn't like Michael Bay yet. I don't like Michael Bay. I don't like his style. I don't like him as a person, but I don't like his style I don't like the way he films. Self-Reliance is on the list, Andrew. Andrew says you should check out a Hulu original movie called Self-Reliance. I know what you're talking about. I actually have it on my watch list, so I don't forget about it. That's the thing. There's so many products now, so many shows and movies. You have to have a list to not forget them. There's too much. Movie House says, sad thing is, Only Murders in the Building is playing on the Canadian network CTV as a regular series. Why can't they also include the Orville within the CVT family? Maybe eventually they will. I think the Orville used to be on CVT the first 2 seasons. Or it could have been another channel, side TV. I can't remember. It's been a while since I've looked into those things. Maybe they eventually will. Maybe all 3 seasons will be part of a regular show to build up to season 4. Yo, what's the best Star Trek series? This one's going to be controversial. That is controversial. We've had this conversation many times, and there's a lot of different answers. Some people say TNG. Some people say DS9, Voyager, Enterprise, the original series. I say Discovery is the best, hands down. No, just kidding. For me, it's TNG. I was like 9 years old when TNG premiered, and I was already an original series fan, even at that young age, because they play reruns all the time. And I grew up on reruns of everything. And then I was so excited for The Next Generation. It finally premiered. I loved it. Just kept watching it. Not super duper impressed with season 1 or season 2, though season 2 had some really good shining moments. But season 3, once season 3 started, every episode was a banger. Almost. Crusher being in love with a ghost, not so much. Picard trying to save alien Indians, a little heavy-handed, but the rest of it, loved it. But I also loved Voyager. I like DS9, but I'm not as big of a fan of DS9 as I am Voyager. Because Voyager, they were out there exploring again, forced to explore. And they're having adventures again. And even though it was really, really, really freaking weird at first, ended up loving Enterprise. Absolutely adore Enterprise. And as I've watched it again as an older gentleman, I love it even more. And if you watch Enterprise, you will see familiar things from the Orville. You'll see, oh, Orville did a story kind of like that. Oh, that person was in the Orville. Oh, that person directed the Orville. Seth MacFarlane was in Enterprise for 2 episodes, playing Ensign Rivers. There's a lot of carryover from Enterprise to the Orville. Check it out. I haven't watched that yet, but yes, Jonathan Frakes back doing Beyond Belief. Fact or fiction? Duncan Southern, my favorite captain, Janeway. I love Janeway. Love me Picard, though. Picard's my favorite. And actually, Jonathan Archer, I really like Archer. He started off just like a nice guy trying to do the right thing, and he really got jaded with all of his experiences in space. Season 3 was really tough, that storyline, and by season 4, he was pretty much, he had like a PTSD or something like that. Yeah, Enterprise is better than people think. That 3-season, probably one of the best seasons of TV, period. Yeah, season 3 was great because it became more serialized. They still had independent adventures, but while having a serialized story. Yeah, Sisko's a badass. I mean, the dude punched Q. I mean, that's pretty badass. So give Sisko some love, you guys. Star Trek Baby. I'd watch that. If there was a show called Star Trek Baby, I'd watch it. After a year. I'm not watching it until my year is up of watching other things. Not giving so much attention to all these things trying to get our attention. And give it to those that really deserve it. They came up with a story that they really want to tell. They got their money together. They made a movie. There's a lot of that out there, and I've been missing out. So I'm trying to watch other things. Archmage Frey says, I accidentally said prison bake when mentioning Prison Break today, and now I'm convinced this needs to become a real show. I'm convinced too. Prison Bake. The Great Prison Bake Off. Let's do that. Yeah, and Sisko was married to Dr. Finn from the Orville. And in the Orville, we had 2 Star Trek doctors. We had Robert Picardo, who played the Doctor on Voyager, and John Billingsley, who played Phlox on Enterprise. The episode Home, Season 2, Episode 3. Man, that was a great episode. Things just turned. It went to a fun, interesting story, and then just boom, became dark like that. Brian Dawkins, I like how Enterprise NX-01 was a pancake with rocket engines. Yeah, I really liked NX-01. Also, that was like when the shows started becoming like they got a handle on digital effects finally, so we got this really cool ship. You can see the panels, reflections off the metal. It was great. My Big Mouth says, Prison Bake would be okay. Just don't ask for a lamb shank. Don't do it. Oh, but they have to, though. It's prison themed. So they have to have an episode called Lamb Shank. They have to have an episode called Turlet Wine. Bake a file in a cake. Yeah, which one of you can best bake a file in a cake? Is it cake? Battle of the Doctors in Home. Oh, that'd be great. I want all remaining Trek Doctors to eventually show up as Salayans. Bashir. He'd make a good Salayan. Gates McFadden. We can slay her up. Duncan Southern says, I'm so happy at the Mo. Love all you guys. No, not Pulaski. Pulaski could play a Mocklin. Pulaski! Actually, I like Pulaski. She showed up not knowing she showed up not knowing that people actually like Data on the ship. She's just like, oh, it's just a robot. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, but then Data had to save you from Moriarty. And also when it comes to Enterprise, I just love Scott Bakula. I grew up with Scott Bakula watching Quantum Leap. And Well, we weren't watching Quantum Leap together. I was watching him play Sam Beckett in Quantum Leap. And I just always liked him. He's such a likable guy. And so I instantly liked him. It's the very first episode of Enterprise. Even though I get really bored with the first 2 episodes of Enterprise, but once they get out there and start flying around, when they visit that planet for the first time, they're all taking pictures and whatnot. That's when I was like, okay, this is what I'm here for. I want to see them experience things for the first time. There's another ad. Yeah, the stream does have to end pretty soon, you guys. My throat is... I'm doing a little bit better than I was at the beginning of the show, but it's still messing with me. Duncan Southern. Dude, not being rude, but how old are you? I'm in my 40s. Physically. Mentally, I'm like 13, 14. Movie Mouse. Yep, Gates I could see as a Salayan faster than Alexander Siddig Bashir. He'd be a good spiky guy. He would, or Retepsian. He'd be a good Retepsian. Loved Enterprise, just can't stand the new Trek. I like some of it, and I like some of Trek, the new Trek. Well, I like a good bit of it. I'm not interested in Discovery. I'm not going to hate on it. That's a lot of other YouTube channels will do that. But I like Strange New Worlds. I love Lower Decks. And season 3 of Picard is the best Star Trek I've ever seen. And I'm a legit Star Trek fan. Orville is the new Trek. And yeah, and we got the Orville. And that's what I care about the most. I don't need to watch more new Trek. I just need to watch new Orville. Yeah. And I think that's what it is, Brian. Brian says we could save a lot of money if the Orville filmed at Castel Film, Romania. Yeah, it probably could save a lot of money. And I think money is what's making it take so long. I don't know this for sure, I think Disney, when they were fighting to get a 4th season, I think Disney said, oh, it's too expensive. We're not comfortable right now to spend that kind of money because of the climate of streaming and the strikes and all that stuff. But eventually, we will be ready to give up that money for the Orville, and we want the Orville. So give us some time to build up that money, free up your schedule, Seth MacFarlane, because I know you got a lot of commitments. And then after that, let's all come together and make season 4. Lower Decks, Lower Decks. Yeah, I enjoyed Lower Decks, Mark Lawrence. I only watched the first episode of Prodigy. I enjoyed it. It's just not my thing. But I know people really enjoy it. And I think that's great. I think people should enjoy what they enjoy. I think in the description of this video it says enjoy what you like. Prodigy is really good, especially once it gets going. Aaron Mann says, going to be 45 in July. Well, then you'll be all caught up with me, Aaron. Oh, good question, Heavy Cap. Heavy Cap says, how well did Ted do? I would think Orville Season 4 would have done even better. Well, these are different platforms. I do know that Peacock, Ted on Peacock broke records for Peacock. Best, highest viewed, best received new show ever on Peacock. But that's just one streaming service. All the numbers are different. You can't compare numbers between different streaming services, unfortunately. But I do know the TED series did really, really well. They might do a season 2, which is fine. It was such little time to make that first season of TED. Just a couple months of filming. And then, Tom Constantino edited it, and then they put it up. They were going to put it up during the summer. That's what Tom told me, that summer, it should be out in the summer. But then the whole Hollywood strike happened, so they were waiting for the strikes to end before they premiered it. And what did they do? As soon as the strikes end, they announced it, showed the trailer, and then premiered it. Prodigy is amazing, says Mark Lawrence. The first few episodes are basically intro, as it should be. You're just figuring out who these people are, what they're doing. They all have a history. You kind of got to show it a little bit. Ted was hilarious. Yeah, I love Ted. I actually have an entire TEDVILLE Shorts channel. So I have Shortsville, which is my Orville Shorts channel. And then I just came out with TEDVILLE, which is just TED Shorts, movies and TV series. So you put out 1 or 2 of those every day. Just keep building it until it's ripe enough, and then you can get monetized on a shorts channel too. I haven't made it there yet. I did make it with my Shortsville, the Orville Shorts channel. I had enough where I can get partially monetized, but because of the whole reused content, because I was moving the shorts over to that channel, they said can't monetize reused content. And now they made it so that you have to redo all the qualifications. The qualifications to get a shorts channel monetized is you have to have, partially monetized, you have to have at least 3 million views within 90 days and like 500 subscribers or something like that. The channel has over 5,000 subscribers. And I had the 3 million views, but then it got flagged for reused content. So they reset the clock. Now it goes all the way back to the beginning, like you didn't get any of those views, and you have to do it all over again. So I'm working my way there. That channel's got 600, 700,000 views, but you need 3 million. If you want full monetization with a short channel, you need 10 million views, which would have been easy to do back when I was putting shorts on this channel, because I got 10 million in just a few weeks. But they're not allowing that right now. So maybe now that I'm monetized, maybe they'll allow my other channels to get a little bit more views, though they still do pretty good anyway. Is he talking about moving his shorts around on video again? Yeah, people wanted to know, and that's what happened to me. I moved my shorts to a nothing but shorts channel, and that's what got me in trouble. Just because I didn't delete them yet. I didn't think it would matter because the channel wasn't monetized or anything. I thought I would just move them over, and then when I had them over, I'll just delete 156 shorts off this channel. Oh, the talking truck. That's right, Heavy Cap. I forgot about that. What was that truck's name? I did not expect that from the series. That was a surprise. And even though it didn't quite sound like Seth MacFarlane's voice, I kind of feel like it was, because I heard some words that sounded like Seth and some words that didn't. But, you know, he's a voiceover artist, so, you know, maybe he's just that good. He probably is just that good. John Gill, while I was sick, I binge watched the first 6 seasons of Young Sheldon, which is more fun than you think. Oh, I've watched 4 or 5 seasons of it. I think it's great. It's really funny. I like that they went single camera and didn't do I'm glad they didn't go sitcom live studio audience direction like they did with Big Bang Theory. I'm just over studio sitcoms. I like single camera sitcoms. Young Sheldon, Modern Family, Parks and Recreation, The Office, Superstore. Oh my God, I love Superstore. Dennis the Dump Truck. Jealous of my beard? I can't help it. All I got to do is not shave and a beard shows up. Every time. I'll go shave right now. Tomorrow I'll wake up full beard. Yes. Jonathan Press says, I love how unapologetic the jokes were in Ted. And I think society is turning back towards raunchy humor, not necessarily appropriate humor, because we're tired of all the washing down of jokes. I know comedians have been tired of it for a decade now. People forgot how to laugh at things, and now I think Seth is probably like, you know what? People need to get back to understanding what comedy is supposed to be. So yeah, the stuff that is said in the TED series is raunchy and inappropriate and hilarious. I like that they didn't do Big Bang Theory references every 5 seconds. Young Sheldon is very standalone and a very sweet family show. You know what? I do like all the characters of the family in that show. I like the grandma, Janine from Ghostbusters. I love the dad, the mom. Really love the mom. And she really does seem like a young version of, I can't remember her name, who played Sheldon's mom in Big Bang Theory, who played Roseanne's sister in Roseanne. Roberta Laverty, cannot wait for TED to start. Have seen and read great things about the series. It's available now. The entire first season is available now on Peacock if you got it. But it's also available on other services as well. I can't remember the channel name, but the TED series is available in Canada on a different service. I'm sure that's the same in other places as well. DECKP20, thank you for joining the channel, becoming an official member. I'm glad I could see your name because it's highlighted in green. The TED series was great. Hi from the UK. The United Kingdom. Whereabouts in the UK are you? I've been to London a couple times, and I've been to Bath. And the drive in between both places. But that's about all those are the two places I've been. I would love to check out Manchester, even though I know it's not like super fancy and great, but I just a lot of talented people that I like are from Manchester. Laurie Metcalf, boom, played Sheldon's mom in Big Bang Theory. That's exactly it. Her daughter is the actress on Young Sheldon. What? Her daughter is the actress on Young Sheldon. The actress that plays the mom or the actress that plays the sister? Because if it's the mom, I would totally believe it. The tone of her voice is perfect. Yes, Prodigy moved to Netflix. Sad they ended it. Aren't they doing a new season of Prodigy on Netflix? I think I read that. I didn't keep track of it, so I don't know for sure. Showcase is the channel in Canada. John Gill says, I've been to London and Cambridge. I've been to London. I've been to France. I've seen your mama's underpants. Roberta Laverty, I'm in the UK. UK here as well, says Richard. Ewans? I'm sure I said it wrong. It's probably Shooty. The groundbreaker in single-camera network half-hour shows was Sports Night. I remember that show. I never really watched it that much, but someone was really trying to get me to watch it back when it was new. They didn't know what to make of it and actually shot some scenes in the first season with a live audience. Canceled too soon. Yeah, I'm done with live audience sitcoms. I mean, it's nothing bad. There's a time and place for that. I just spent my whole life watching that and enjoying that. And I'm like, okay, now it's time for new stuff. Which is like what I'm saying with not watching any of these big IPs that were around when I was a kid for 1 year. Because I'm missing out on all these other things because I give it too much time. And they're asking for too much time. Can you watch our 500 movies, says Marvel, so that you can understand the latest one? No, I'm not going to watch 500 movies, Marvel. Duncan Southern says, I'm a Pompey, born and bred. Mark Lawrence says, Prodigy Season 2 is coming, and they're still open to a Season 3. See, I also never believe when something's canceled. They canceled Prodigy, and I've read that it's coming back, not just what you said, Mark Lawrence. Remember when Family Guy was canceled, and now they're celebrating their 25th anniversary. Deck KP20 is in the north. Hey, all right. Oh, I gave a couple of pronunciations though, Richard. Is it Ewans or Ewans? And very few people get your name right. Well, at one point I got it right, but I don't know which right was right. All right, Elihu. Elihu. Yeah, internet is back. San Fran here. Home to Starfleet headquarters. Checking in. Do you need us to check your bag? I got space up here. We can put your luggage in the overhead. Oh my God. John Gill. That is a thought. John Gill says, when I was sick and wanted soothing stuff, I also watched Cocoon for the first time in decades. I haven't watched Cocoon since it was a brand new movie and I was way younger. I've been trying to... Well, I haven't been trying that hard, but it's a thought that keeps coming to my mind. Now that I'm older, watch great movies from back in the day. When I last watched them, I wouldn't have understood everything at that younger age. But now, I can understand things to infinity and beyond. The Old People. They could have called Cocoon The Old People. That would have been a good name for it. First one, Ewan. All right. Yep. MB Dyson 829 Futurama also canceled and then came back a couple times. It's easier for animated shows to come back. Was Ghost canceled after season 2 for a minute? I don't know, but Ghost is coming back next month on Paramount Plus, which I no longer have. For Black Friday, I signed up for all the streaming services because they were all 99 cents, $2. So I signed up for everything, and I'm only paying $10-12 a month for everything. And still could barely find anything to watch. But then, just the other day, I got a Plus. And that, I finally found the streaming service that works for me. It's got just so many shows and movies that I want to watch. My up next list just goes on for days because there's so much stuff that looks so dang good. Anyone remember No Ordinary Family? I don't think I remember that. If I saw some imagery of it, I might remember it, but I don't remember that name. Oh, Grumpy Old Men. I love both of those movies. You know, even when I was younger, as a teenager, I thought those movies were great. And they were just about old people and love. And I was young. And I thought they were great. MASH the movie is a classic watch. Lyrics are sung during opening credits and not instrumental like the TV show. Was it a Suicide is what is the lyrics to suicide is painless, I think. Yeah, you can't put that on a TV show. You couldn't even do that now, let alone then. Foundation is on my list. I watched Severance, thought it was just amazing. They're doing a season 2. Don't know when that's coming out. Just finished watching all of The Morning Show, which is a show I didn't think I was going to be into. I didn't think I was going to like it that much. Loved it. Kept watching it. Jessica and I watched every episode. We both loved it. It's an industry series. So it takes place at a like UBA, which is like ABC or NBC or something like that. And it's all about making the show and all the stuff that happens behind the scenes and all the stuff that they're dealing with. Talks a lot about, it started off with Me Too, and I loved their take on it because it wasn't preachy at all. And actually, the guy who was being Me Too'd, they made it so you see his side of it too. Not to excuse what he did, but you see his side of it as well. It's great. And they talk about so many things, and then they go through the whole COVID epidemic and what they were doing with that. Just a lot of modern day topics that they were doing, and none of it was preachy. It was great. Jay Lee posted on X, looking for a spot to do a table read. Give him some suggestions after this stream. Well, I'm not in LA, so I wouldn't be able to find a good spot. And I'm sure he's probably talking about Atypical Thursday. He's doing a sequel to Atypical Wednesday, his movie that he produced. Highly recommend watching it. It's on Amazon Prime. I think it might be on a streaming service or two. I saw it on one of the streaming services. Atypical Wednesday. He wrote, directed, and starred in. And it's great. It's a great little comedy. And it looks like he's doing the sequel. So that must be what he's talking about. Oh, Moonlighting Strangers. An 80s Bruce Willis series I'm into is called Moonlighting. It's available on Hulu. In the 80s, I watched Moonlighting on network television. I loved it. I don't remember much about it. I just remember Sybil Shepherd. I remember Bruce Willis, and I remember the secretary. But I don't remember much about the stories. Don Ranger Power, you are correct, sir. X will always be Twitter to me. Same. And same to everyone else. No one's saying, X me, repost my X, re-X me. No. People still say Twitter. They think of it as Twitter. Elon bought the name because it was big. I don't know. That was a bad business decision. Yeah, I said it. And I don't know nothing about business, but I know that was a bad business decision. KP20, thank you. Congratulations on your channel rising from the ashes, JP. I just have to figure out how I'm going to rise from the ashes. I made a mistake when I started doing YouTube. And, because, there's that thing in me where I want to be the best. And I like editing and figuring things out. Well, I got to the point where the type of videos I was putting out is not sustainable to the algorithm. Because the thing is with YouTube, it's not what you think it is. You're not just going to put up great videos or even bad videos. You might find fame with bad videos, actually. If you make a great video and it gets great views, the algorithm wants you to make a better video next time and do better than before just to get the same level of revenue and support and all that stuff. And it's impossible to keep up with the algorithm. I'm a human being. You have to have a team to do that stuff. So you see a lot of these channels that are putting out great, high quality content. They have a team. My whole thing is I don't ever want a team. I want a community, but I don't want a team because I just want to do everything myself. But I can't do those types of videos every single time like YouTube wants. And if you not only do they want it better than before, with more views than before, but they also want it often. Every other day, every day. I'm like, this is impossible. So going forward, because I think the most successful thing that we have here on EGOTASTIC FUNTIME is the community, is you guys and us together. So I'm like, well, we have the most fun when we're having conversations like we are now. We're having a conversation. And it's great. I love it. I can't have conversations in real life for very long without being like, okay, I got to get out of here. But on here I can do it because, I'm just reading and people aren't talking at me with sounds. And so I have to scale back and go to what works for this community. Conversations. I think going forward, a lot of my videos, not all of them, I'll still be doing the fancy schmancy stuff once in a while when it's warranted, like a new episode of the Orville. I think I'm going to do a lot more conversation videos where I'm starting a conversation and I want to hear from you guys on what you think about whatever the topic is we're talking about. Richard says, don't kill your health and happiness for YouTube. That's another thing I learned over the last 8 years, because I have. Not that we don't appreciate you. I'm sure many of you, not all of you, but many of you probably want me alive. It'd be nice to be alive. But yeah, and that's another thing. YouTube, just trying to keep up and figure out the algorithm and because of the algorithm, there's all the analytics and all that stuff. And you start studying that. You start studying the analytics and seeing when people are jumping off and what people think, and the algorithm sending it to this many people clicked on it. You get all that stuff in your head and it makes you not mentally capable to make a video. So I'm going to try to put out more stuff in 2024, more often, and do a live show scheduled for Thursdays, I guess we decided on, which I like. So the community will grow stronger. The videos that we make probably won't be very green. They won't last forever. The topic won't be interesting forever. But, we'll just have more conversations. Alive is more entertaining to watch. Especially if you watch the movie Alive. That's a good movie. Don't eat me, you guys. Oh, thank you, Duncan. We are all happy being with you, lovely man. Don't stop making vids. Oh, I won't. I'm going to be making a lot more vids. I'm just not going to do all the crazy editing that I used to do. Sometimes I will, though. I just can't help it. But those will be the special videos. I hope in season 4 of the Orville, Seth will get bored as a bridge cat and call him Diogi, pronounced dog. Well, bridge cat, we owe Gordon Malloy a bridge cat, I think, because he said, "Hey, do anybody mind if I get a cat?" No news on what's going to happen to Yaphet in new seasons, though we've all pretty much predicted what I think will be the case. We lost Norm Macdonald, who played Yaphet. Very sad. I think, and it's already built into the canon, that Yaphet will just split. He'll reproduce, and there'll be 2 Yaphets. And we can either keep both or keep one. Maybe we'll have Yaphet twins. Or one will go off and do something else, and we'll keep one of them. And he'll have a new voice, and it'll be a new character, a new personality. Have you thought about doing a podcast series with someone? I have. It's just really hard to do. But I am going to be working on, in 2024, if I end up getting StreamYards. Some of you know what that is, some of you don't, but it's a great live stream format on a site that makes it really easy to stream and really easy to bring people in to talk to. Do some more interviews using StreamYards. That's one thing that's held me back, is Zoom is really hard to do live conversations with. And especially if you don't pay for it, there's a time limit. You can't record for more than like 40 minutes, this and that. Yeah, maybe I should play Yaphet in season 4 of the Orville. EGOTASTIC. No, let's call me Ego. And I won't be into Claire at all. I'll find someone else to be into. All right, you guys. The wife is home. I want to see her. I want to calm down. My voice is hurting. I'm starting to feel sinusy. Ugh, I hope not. Sinuses are the one thing that messed me up. You can cut off my arm. I could have that fever with the chills. Whatever. But sinuses, I'm laid out. I can't handle it. Not even a little bit. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for your support, for your super chats, for becoming members of the new EGOTASTIC FUNTIME, EGOTASTIC Plus. Plus is the way to go nowadays, I guess. I'll see you guys very soon. And remember, we all do better when we all do better. And let me figure out where my mouse is. Love you. Bye-bye.
EGOTASTIC FUNTIME, we're gonna have a great time. EGOTASTIC FUNTIME, give me all your money. Give him all your money. You will find it funny. Just give me money. I love money. Give me all your money. Give me all your money. Give me all your money.